What's up guys, it's FoxLG here. Today we'll be doing 10 tips on Valheim. 10 beginner tips on what you should be doing when you start Valheim. Alright, let's just kick it off. We started a new character here and we're gonna hit the start. World doesn't really matter. Actually, let's start a new world. Doesn't matter. Alright. And then once we go in, let's start it. We're gonna have a huge cutscene. Let's just cut right to the next part. Tip 1, find a location where you want to make your base. So I'd suggest making it around this thing right here so you can come back to it multiple times. You don't have to worry about anything. Step number two, make a workbench. Workbench, everything flows to the workbench. So once you have the workbench, you will craft additional things. So you'll craft your chopping block as well as your tanning rack, so that will upgrade your workbench. Everything flows into the workbench so that you can upgrade everything else. Tip 3, collect everything, collect rocks, collect wood. You'll be chopping down a lot of things. Once you're able to do that, make everything. So make your stone axes, your clubs, your hammers, and once you make your hammers, you'll be able to do all the rest, because once you do a hammer, you'll be able to build a building. This is terrible right now, but in the next video I'll promise it will be much better. Step 4, build a house. Step 5, build a bed, because you will relocate to this bed. So my house needs a roof still. I need to collect it. So claim your bed once you make it, so when you do die, when you find a dungeon or some troll kills you or something, you will revive back at this location. You can also make multiple beds, but if you do make a multiple bed and you come back to your base, you have to claim it again. So if you die near your base, you'll end up teleporting back to or respawning near your bed that you previously did. So Step 6, make a bow, because once you make a bow, you'll be able to kill things from a range. So deer is really hard to kill, so that would be step 7. Step 7 is kill the deer, because once you kill the deer, you'll be able to progress further into the story, because when you kill the deer, you get deer trophies, and that is to your next quest. I would suggest also killing birds for feathers, because you'll be able to upgrade your bow. I believe we're on step 8 or tip 8. I'd suggest always be collecting fruit or harvesting, because you need 3 types of food to get your maximum stamina, because you only have 3 bars if you're not eating anything. So I'd suggest doing that, as well as step number 9, look for the dungeons, because within the dungeon there is another item where you need to craft, and finding dungeons is quite a pain because you can't really tell where they are. But if you run around, you'll find skeletons that resurrect, and that's where you know there's a dungeon. Step number 9, there will be an abandoned things around. Let's see if I can find one right here. So stuff like this, abandoned houses, sometimes there's chests in them, so you can grab your loot from there, because you'll be able to loot the chest. And step 10, always be running, because when you run, you increase your stamina, you increase everything like that. Go right here. See, jump's only 4 because it's a new character. Running is 8. Additional step, if you look on the map, you can select what you want. So teleporter, let's say there's a mine right here, double click, you can type mine. So, or to remove them, right click on them. You can also change to a different thing. So if you want to say, I don't know, dungeon, you can type dungeon. This is where your house is. This is already a mark, but say you have campfire. I don't know. There's just many things. That is it for this week's video on 10 beginner tips for Valheim. If you like this content, others like you may also like this content, and it helps get this video exposed. This is Fox OG, or I'm Fox OG. We out.